What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. We are hitting the 0.618 fib as of right now. Will this be rejected and continue down, or do we still have the possibility of going up to the 0.786, which is around 57,240? As you guys know, if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, give me a follow. It's at CryptoSavvy1 on Twitter. And hold on one second, guys. I don't know what this... Apparently my Google went off on my phone or something. But anyways, what was I saying? I'm going to make this video real quick, go through the points I want to get out, and we'll go from there. But if you guys been following me on Twitter, you know I have been laddering in shorts. My average is about 50,000 right now. And as I said, at 51, I do have another short ladder in. And as of right now, we have hit 50,979. As you guys know, I trade on Prime. Definitely check it out if you are trading. By far my favorite exchange. I don't trade against you. And you can use my promo code SAVVY50, get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off of your fees. Definitely check it out. You can go to my homepage on YouTube. Right here is a Prime XBT tutorial. Tells you where to put in the promo codes and things like that. But let's go over something real quick. This is the chart that I posted on there. We're going to talk about this. As you guys know, this video back in March, we called the 63 to 64 top. And then on May 18th, this video was made. And listen closely. We're going to look at these two videos. So you guys maybe will get it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But just listen, and then we'll go on with the rest of the analysis. Wave 23. Now that makes this extremely bearish in my opinion, because this would be wave A, which like I said, around June, towards maybe middle end of June. No way to really tell exactly where. And again, guys, this will bounce around for a little bit, but if this does happen, look for a nice bounce in June. Might be a good time to long for another a wave B. Now the wave B should go like at ABC. Maybe we'll get up to the 41, back down to the 30, and then back up to maybe the 52,000 range. That'd be sometime in August. 52,000 range sometime in August, well, or September. But here is another video that explained exactly what we're seeing now, and this one is from May 28th. This is what I'm looking at, and I do believe if this plays out, a lot of people will be getting super bullish again and buying in while big money sells into them. And this is why I considered this a bull trap. We've been talking about it since May, what was it? May 18th. So anyways, that's what I'm looking at. Now let's look at what's going on real quick. Then I'll get into the chat for a minute. And again, happy Friday, guys. I hope you all have a great weekend. The members videos on Saturday and Sunday will be, I'm not sure what time yet, because I will be going out riding tomorrow. I have a concert to go to tonight, then riding tomorrow. I will get a video out, not sure if it's in the morning or whatever, but make sure you follow me on Twitter or you're in our Discord. The link's down below, and I'll let you guys know when it's going to happen. But anyways, so what's going on here? We did get a rejection at the 0.618 fib so far. We are still making bearish divergence. We're going to talk about a couple other things. As you guys know, we were watching this. Oh yeah, for those of you that wonder when I get bullish, it would be around the 57.2 if that happened in the next week and a half or so. But anytime crossing this green line and get the support on top, then I go bullish. Until then, I remain bearish. Let's take a look at this. So if this was the top, then we're looking at about 14.8 for the C wave. Now, there is something else I wanted to mention in here. Let me take this off of here real quick. And look at this as an ABC for the B wave. And if we did that, let's take a look. Go from the bottom here. We put on our Fibonacci extension. Go to the top right here. And to the bottom wave here. That would be an ABC. The one-to-one extension is exactly where we hit here. You can see it right here. Our one-to-one extension was right there, right where we tagged. So could that be it? Could that be the end of the B wave? That's definitely a possibility, but not a guarantee. Let's look at something else I wanted to point out here. So this is
we're going to take these drawings off here. This had a measured move of the 50,671-ish area, which was the measured move of this breakout. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that now. Let me get this off of here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these. We'll leave our red lines on there, but I'm going to get rid of this because I want this to be a little bit easier for you to see. As I have said since back then, I do believe that we are in redistribution. As you can see the distribution over here, and I'm going to draw another line in right here right now, and this looks very similar. Now it doesn't mean we can't go up a little bit higher. As you can see, we broke our high here, but I'm going to lock this in and let's count our waves. This looks an awful lot like this, so let's do 1 here, 2, 3, and then 4 was our last high before a rounded top. This is 1, 2, 3, and we are on 4 now, and then our rounded top. We've been talking about this for quite some time. Now let's go over to the next chart. So this was my Elliott wave count. As you guys see, this did not play out. I said anytime breaking wave 2, that would end it. So that is off the table. Now let's look at, we're going to leave this 55.5 here because that does line up with the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. I'm still expecting, as long as we get this reversal here, I'm still expecting to come down at some point and retest this trend line, which would be making an inverse head, or I'm sorry, it would be actually making a head and shoulders and something like this, but if that plays out. So anyways, let's look at the RSI here. Now, we talked about this many times, and if you guys remember back here, right here, we were watching this falling channel. We did a measured move on the RSI that got us up to this trend line right here. And let me get this blue one out of here for now. So right now we're doing the same thing. We looked at this falling broadening wedge, take a measured move of that, gets us back up. So we could still come up and test this RSI top up here. But if you look at the chart, whoops, let me push this down a little bit. If you look at the chart, this whole time we are making bearish divergence, which is lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. That is bearish divergence. Not to say we can't go up a little bit higher. Now here's the other thing we were looking at. Let me get rid of this price. If you guys watched my last video on Wednesday, we talked about that would have been right here. If we closed back inside this, I said then we could be looking for our 51 and 52,000 range, which if you look at where we're at now, that's where we are. Also, looking at the distribution right here, this was all the distribution, wick-off distribution phase. If you look at it here and then look at where we're at now, if you look at this high from the first high, we just made lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action until we finally rolled over. Same thing here, we're making lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action. I do believe we will be rolling over. Be careful, guys. If you're long, make sure your stops are in profit. If you're short, same thing. If you shorted up here, get your stops in some profit. But as you guys know what my plan is, I will continue laddering in. The highest ladder in I will do is 52,000. Then I will figure there where to put my stops. I'm managing my risk, guys. You need to understand that there's I know what my risk is going to be. I know how much I'm risking. I'm not getting crazy. I'm not going to lose, get wrecked like a lot of people just don't seem to understand. But let's look at the 1 hour. If we look at the 1 hour here, we're making higher highs and lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence, and as you can see, it looks like we're starting to fall over a little bit here. But again, keep an eye on the golden pocket range. Let's go into, this is just something I was looking at here. I think I mentioned it a little bit in the last video, but as you can see on this trend line, we had 1, 2, and then we dipped down on the third one, just like here. We have 1, 2, dip down on the third one, came back above, came back below, and then one more push up. So if that was the case, we'd be looking for that 52,000, somewhere in that area, if this was to play out exactly like this, which you can't expect it to be exact. But let's go into so this was the other thing. Like I said, right now, if this is ABC, the one-to-one extension is going to be somewhere down towards the 14,800 if we've topped out here. But looking at this chart, let me get back over here. We still have this high volume node at 95. I'm not saying it's going to get there, but I'm saying it is definitely a possibility. Keep an eye out for that. Our funding rate is getting pretty high back here, just like it was before our dumps back here. So keep an eye on that also. And as you guys know, why I believe we are in a bear market. If you look at this parabolic arc here, once we broke back here in 2014, it was bear market. If you look at the parabolic arc here, once we broke, it was a bear market. If you look at the parabolic arc here, once it broke, it was a bear market. And as you can see, let's get in over here. As you can see, before it broke here, it hit a lot of times. We had a lot of touches on that parabolic line. If you look back here, 2018, same thing. And if you look right here where I had this one, same thing. We battled with it for a while before we broke. And when we broke, it was real obvious. Straight down, just like here, real obvious. Just like back here, real obvious. So just another thing pointing to it. But for you bulls out there, I have redrawn the blue trend line off of these wicks here. And anytime we break this blue trend line, that will be it for the bulls. I don't think they'll have any reason to be bullish at that point. This is, what is it? The Firefly TA's bull market barrier. Every time we crush down below after a top, we come back up and hit this mid darker red section. Just like we did back here again in 2019, and like we're doing now. If it is a little bit higher, it is actually sitting at about 52,172 on this right here. As you guys know, my dollar versus Bitcoin chart, every time the dollar tops, Bitcoin bottoms. Every time the dollar bottoms, Bitcoin tops. And we're going to take a look at the DXY. So we did break through the 200 EMA on the daily, but if you look here, we'll have to see how this closes. But if you look here, we are making hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and the daily is in an uptrend. So if we close in this area, as you can see, lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price action, that is hidden bullish divergence. And as for the Dow, it is down a little bit for the day, but as you guys know, the big picture for the Dow, I just don't see it as a good thing. Gold, same thing. I think gold is in an ABC just like everything else. Now Ethereum, we talked about this. I thought this might have been the top of wave B. Ethereum is obviously has continued up a bit, but that's why I don't trade alts, guys. I trade Bitcoin alone. There's no need to keep an eye on a million different things when Bitcoin trading alone can make you profitable. Let's go up and say if we topped out here, where we would be if this was an ABC would be around 1337. But again, that's why I don't trade alts. They're just too unpredictable, too easy to hype up. Just a bunch of chaos crap, I do believe. So anyways, that's what I'm looking at. Let's see if we keep this rejection at the 0.618 fib. If not, let's see where the 0.65 fib is right here. Oh yeah, there's another thing I wanted to talk about. Let me get in this chart. Which one was it? I don't know where it is. Let's use this one. We're going to make this into a daily chart. Somebody's been pointing this out in our Discord. Let's put a Fibonacci retracement oops, that wasn't the retracement. So let's put a Fibonacci retracement from this swing high at 64,000 to our swing low right here. And what they're saying is we break through this and we get up to this 54, 55 range, which is in between the golden pocket and the 0.618. And they're saying that because if we go back here, let's go back to 2019. If we do it from 2019, from the swing high to the swing low, as you can see, well, actually this one went above the 0.786 like Ethereum is doing now. But let's go back over here to 2017 and swing high to swing low. As you can see, it got up right in between that 0.786 and the golden pocket zone. So that's another area to watch. I'm not convinced of that, but it's definitely a possibility. But again, if we cross this green trend line at any given time, I will be bullish at that point. Until that happens, my count is totally valid still from all the way back here in 2000, or I'm sorry, on May 18th. The count still totally 100% valid. So anyways, Khalid, no, go back to the beginning of the video. I've not got stopped out. I don't even have stops in yet. I'm still laddering in. Like I said, my next ladder in is going to be around, right now I'm at 50,000 is where my average is. And my ladder in, if we get up to 51, that's where my next one takes place. I am on Prime and 50,979. So it didn't quite hit 51. When it does, ladder in more shorts there. Hall moving average indicator on the weekly is also a good one. I've heard people talk about it. I've never looked at it. I don't like to get too many indicators going. Like that one that I showed you with the, which one was it? Right here, this bull market barrier one. I don't really go by that either. Somebody just kept pointing it out. But like I said, I like to stick with what I use. If you guys want to see, one of the easiest strategies is the EMA strategy, which is also on the homepage here. Definitely check it out. Oh yeah, one more way you guys can help support the channel. Check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. A lot of cool crypto stuff on there. Her mouse pads still say sold out. Apparently she didn't fix that. So, but they are not sold out. If you want to get yourself a divergence cheat sheet mouse pad, is a pretty good thing to have next to you if you're learning how to trade. Divergence is one of the hardest things to, one of the most confusing things to learn, I will say. Are we still in wave 2, Denver said. No, that was invalidated. I just showed that. But I still believe we are either ending or towards the end of the B wave before the A wave down. Like I said, this looks a lot like, and since we were down here, guys, I was talking about this being a redistribution phase, and that's exactly what it looks like to me. We broke a triangle on BTC 4 hour, which target is near 53. Let's see what you're talking. You're talking about this here. That's really, I don't see a triangle here. Unless you're talking about this here. If you put a trend line in here, I guess you could call that a triangle, but I really don't believe it is. It actually, yeah, I don't believe that's a triangle, but let's take a measured move of it. Would be to here, and the breakout would have been here. And I see what you're saying. That would be 53.3 if that was valid. We'll see what happens too. Tomorrow the weekend begins. So could Bitcoin get another weekend pump? Possibly. If so, could we get up to that 0.786, 57.24? If we got up that high, guys, I think it would be around the 16th of September if it was to happen. Hidden bullish RSI from last 4 months till now. You're talking about here, hidden bullish. Yeah, you could look at it like that, but again, it looked like that here too, as you can see, and that did not play out very well. Do you think of a bull market from 2013? Look at April 2013, how fast it recovered, made new all-time high. Yeah, I hear people talk about that all the time. And honestly, if you look at, there was a lot less money in 2013 and 14 to move the markets. I don't think people realize how much money it would actually take to move this market as high as people are saying. I just don't think people are thinking rationally about that. Yes, I do think it's bull trap hack. I still do. Like I said, been talking about it since back here on May 18th. I said A would end around June. B should end around August. Obviously, we're in the middle of September, or in the beginning of September. Same thing. You can't get everything exact, obviously. But so far, so good. Savvy, I know the end game is deflation, and thanks for the super chat, Google user. I know the end game is deflation, but do you think deflation or inflation noise every 13th on CPI could trigger higher highs in all markets? I mean, yeah, obviously the traditional markets are acting goofy, but I don't think it's going to be long lived. And I think I've seen some more super chats up here. I apologize. Let me go up to them. Carl J. What do you all think about the CKB Nervos network and the bridge ADA Cardano? CKB plays huge role in ADA, but not yet traded. Can you get your opinion? I don't really care for alts. That's my opinion. I don't really follow too much of them. Frank Abbott, but thank you for the super chat. Frank Abbott, thank you for the super chat. When shorting, what leverage percentage should be used in order to outpace the falling price of Bitcoin? I guess it depends on how much of your holdings you use. Yeah, that all depends on your risk tolerance, what time frame you're trading, what kind of trading you're doing. Are you scalping? Are you swing trading? That all depends. Morik Adam, thank you for the super chat also. If this is a bear market, why has Ethereum broken through all fib retracements? That does not happen in bull traps. You ignore altcoins because they prove this is a bull market. No, apparently you were not around for 2018. There were shit tons of coins breaking their all-time highs in 2018 after Bitcoin had topped. And it doesn't matter what the fib was on here. Let's go back over to here. Let's see when Ethereum topped. Ethereum topped on January 13th. And when did Bitcoin top? Let's check it out. Bitcoin topped on December 17th. Big difference, bud. Much bigger charts, much bigger time frames need to be used. JM, thank you for the super chat. Does your track the price of VIX futures as a gauge for Dow action? And that future price will indicate how institutions are hedging. Yeah, I mean, you can see when the dollar pumps, it usually means they're exiting the big markets. So that obviously rises the strength of the dollar. And when that happens, people get out of all risky assets. Like I said, I've been saying it for a long time. I'm bullish. People want to talk about M's and W's, but they don't want to talk about W's when it's on the dollar here on the daily. But it is what it is. To each their own. Like I said, I've been bullish on the dollar for a good year. You know, I'm looking for the next year or two to be bullish on the dollar. If the dollar does break down here, this 91.50 should hold. And that might get us into, you know, the oversold range for the dollar. But as of right now, like I said, wait till this dollar closes to see if we make this hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Do you still fully believe that this will bottom to 14K or lesser, considering a lot of buying below 30? I do. Like I said, we talked about this back in May, and I'll go over this again. This was made back on May 28th.
This is what I'm looking at, and I do believe if this plays out, a lot of people will be getting super bullish again. And
I mean, it's market psychology, guys. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna head out. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to smash the likes. I see there's like 712 people in here and less than 300 likes. Take a second out, smash the likes. If you're watching this video afterwards, make sure you leave a comment and smash that like button. I do appreciate it. And to members, I will be seeing you tomorrow. Like I said, not sure if it's in the morning or what, but I will let you guys know first on Twitter and in the Discord. Don't forget, those are there's some links down below for those. Eric Taylor, I went short 50,700 and 50,590, was looking to closing around 49.2. CBTC bounced around a lot, around 50,215. If it was where you would consider closing, I'll probably take some profits on the way down, but it all depends on what plays out. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But I appreciate you guys stopping in. Again, don't forget to smash that like button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for daily updates. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.